Hello students, we are in the last chapter of Management of Business Relation MCOM SEM4. Myself Dr. Kiran Menghani. So last chapter which revolves around the stakeholders relationship management. We all together started with investor. In this particular chapter we started with investor relation, its importance, key to successful investor relations, enhancing shareholders loyalty and retention, types of stakeholders, namely primary and secondary, internal, external. Importance of stakeholders engagement. We have done in the last lecture about the stakeholder analysis discussion and role of business and social development via different parameters and strategies. To now today we are going to do the last two slides which are relating to the community relations. Okay, now this particular module which revolves around the importance of engaging the community via different types of shareholders with business. It is very important for business to improve community relations as its magnitude is very high, and this could be of great help and benefit to organization if there is the community involvement or the society based activity groups or community groups involvement in the business. So usually generally the example which every time we discuss is how can you involve yourself with the society. It is through the CSR mandate which we have discussed in the last lecture, but today we'll see different case examples and see how corporates are involving community and what are the strategies to improve community relations. So very first is involving community. Now it is not possible for organization to work for community based on the decisions taken entirely by their internal stakeholders like top management if they are not aware of the ground reality for what has to problem is been encountered by community. Okay, so best strategy would be involving community by identifying few representations or representatives who can explore and explain the problem with the root causes. Now Now here the example which is given is of ITCA Chopal services. Now what is this initiative? Uh, ITC company, for availing the inputs for their manufacturing, they have supply chain partners which comprises largely of farmers. Okay, so a proper roadmap involving these supply chain partners has been prepared, and a software which is known as ITC eChopal is installed in different villages which can involve these farmers in all e-transactions with the company. So it is having the reach of more than 4 million farmers, 35,000 villages and 6,100 Kayas machine as its world's largest rural digital infrastructure. Now, this eChopal software or system of ITC is engaging its supply chain partners, namely farmers, from across 35,000 villages with the strength of 4 million farmers, and they have 6,100 systems involved everywhere in all these villages. So what happens that whensoever a farmer he needs to have the transaction with the company, the software is not only helping these farmers to maintain adequate supply chain relation with the ITC, but also the software is built in such a way that it is providing all kinds of assistance, guidance and directions relating to have good manufacturing, proper harvesting, the suggestions are also made via this software based on the improvement in the quality of seeds, fertilizers, how to market their products, etc., etc. So this company ITC has engaged themselves with rural people by providing the digital infrastructure, which is not only fulfilling their aim of getting raw material from the farmers, but also helping the farmers to go digitally advanced and also to reap the benefit of that software in various supply chain categories. So this is one example. Second, strategic investment. Now, we all know that we had always been discussing about Tata as a philanthropic institute, which is always coming ahead in terms of helping the society by providing the campus interviews. We discussed the campus to corporate initiative of Tata TCS. They also avail the opportunities and provide the infrastructure in terms of vocational education for skilling the youth. So second best category will be strategic investment. Now this investment for community should be based on, again, on cost benefit analysis. Okay, where benefits are to be measured in terms of on the reach of the program or initiative and percentage of population engaged through these measures, number of jobs created through deployment of resources, impact of climate and environment, etc. So the companies like Tata, Wipro, what they are doing actually, they are, their main focus is on the corporate image also. So Tata strive its initiative to bridge the gap between vocational education and industry need. It is done through their various programs basically involved in skilling youth who are underprivileged. Third category will be using communication as core tool. You can involve the community by using communication. Now, continuous, clear, candid, consistent communication, this can provide a good synergy in developing community relations. So it is also suggested to involve persons from organizations who is fluent with local language where community can relate well, and it is suggested that if platform is created where community representative can put forth their issues without any fear or prejudices, it can lead to strong bond between company and community. So here example would be, see, many of the you can say social media engagements, what we have realized so far, that many people, they are coming up with the websites, or for that matter any social media Facebook fan page in the local regional language. Now why they are doing so? Because they want to engage more and more representation from the rural areas, or from the areas which is having the regional language importance. So what happens in this way, if you are using the communication as important tool, you can have certain representation on any platform where you can involve their suggestions, their reviews, their feedback, and best medium would be like using the local language for that matter. Next strategy we can always talk about, again, ITC Chopal, wherein we have seen the developing relations with community leaders. Okay, so community leaders, maybe each college is having their own sarpanch. These ITC Chopal program is also doing what in coordination with different headmen or sarpanch or any other person who can act as a, you can say, nodal point for the network. This ITC is developing relations via such medium wherein they are involving the community leaders who can be representative in the decision making process of the company. So also when we talk about government initiatives of digital India, a digital village, or we can say e-village concept, wherein all the villages, they are being assigned the infrastructure in terms of having the e-access to various government benefits. So what they are doing, they are involving the community leaders first. They are approaching them and they are made part of certain initiatives like ICICI Bank. They have adopted altogether one particular village in Gujarat, and they have provided the digital infrastructure to that rural people, rural masses, and as such, this is like developing relations with the community leaders. Then act timely and quickly, and this way also, if companies are not taking extra time in resolving the issues coming from the community or society, the timely initiative and completion of such initiatives should be focused by deploying right amount of resources. Some issues related to community must be prioritized, as delay may things go worse, moving out of the control, and they can backfire. So this way we can talk about certain strategies which are being utilized, or you can say strategies which are implemented to improve community relations. We have discussed via certain case examples, so points will be involving community strategic investments, using communication as a powerful tool, developing relations with community leaders, and acting timely and quickly. So this way, any kind of the complaint which is grievances which are coming from the community side, they have to be act upon on time and in a quickest way. Last but not the least, what is the impact of community relations on business? We know that business is not operating in vacuum. Business is surrounded by stakeholders, and these stakeholders are coming from the community. So if the business is strategizing itself to involve community in various parameters, so what happens that if you have sound community relations, and what impact will be observed on the business? Positive impact we are talking about. First one will be growth with integrity. A strong community relation helps the organization to establish themselves in the society. All the stakeholders positive attitude towards organization helps them to accelerate their business, and they can grow by leaps and bounds. So second one will be sustainable relations. So this we can say the trust and welfare go a long way, and business develops sustainable relation with the society, which keeps flow of information coming from the community and helps the organization to take measures in the right direction. So these sustainable relations are being capitalized on many occasions when business is seeing certain opportunities which they can grab. So if you have cool image in the society, if you are involving community in the decision making, whatever the contingencies or whatever the threats or opportunities which are coming your way, you can grab them and you can overcome certain threats also. So you need strong support from the community. Then wider acceptance, so we can always talk about one of the major impact of community relation is businesses getting wider acceptance, which increase the visibility of organization. And this way we can always talk about if organization commitments are fulfilled and these are endorsed by the media, this will have a favorable image, creation of favorable image and wider acceptance in the nation. Then gaining the competitive advantage, because business gain competitive advantage due to their community. The strongest we can say the point is that you have certain competitive niche created for you, so your actions, your purposes are accepted by the society. Today we have seen how the Tata group is being viewed as a philanthropic institute, and image is enhanced, and society is always ready to help certain organization in terms of giving a positive favorable word of mouth also, for that matter, not only for products and services but also for people view this Tata Group as a very good institute or privileged institute to have employment also. So you can gain competitive advantage also. You can stand out from your competitors. Your brand equity will be enhanced. Creating shared value. So societal value is equivalent to economic value. That's what. Because the congruence between economic value creation and societal objective is increasing, and social needs represent the largest market opportunity so far. So you are creating your value, in fact, because every kind of positive word of mouth becomes your incremental value on your image. Fulfillment of objectives, because organization community relations helps to fulfill various societal obligations, and vis-a-vis fulfillment of all objectives, your profit making and we can say wealth maximization is also possible. You learn to cater, because it is the in the entire process of organization getting involved with the community, you learn about the needs and wants of the community. You can get feedback also on time. This can add to your market intelligence, and which in turn will help you to grow. Last but not the least, that is fulfillment of CSR in a right way. Yes, because we have seen that as per this Companies Act 2013 mandate, that it should not be viewed as a ritual, but community relation helps to optimally utilize companies resources, which will be beneficial to community as well as to the organization in the various ways. So this way we can say that if you have strong community base, you will grow, you will have sustainable relation, you will get wider acceptance, you can gain competitive advantage, you can have the incremental value, brand value, or the corporate image value. You can fulfill the objective, you will learn to give and take, and you can fulfill the CSR in a better way. So this way, these two questions, one is how to strategize for improving community relations, and second, impact of community relations on business. Let us see first that what things so far we have covered in this particular module with the help of notes, because we started with the last module, which is related to supplier and in community relation basically, but it is split into two chapters. One is supplier and investor relation, other one is stakeholder and community relation. So under supplier relation, we have discussed what is vendor managed inventory. We have discussed that what is sourcing and what is supplier segmentation, and how to have the effective strategic and cordial relations with the supply, which comes under the purview of SRM, that is supplier relationship management, and what are the improvement process for better relations. Challenges also we have discussed. Then investor relations. So who are investor, who are investing in your portfolio? So what is the key focus, what is the key to successful investor relations? These points we have discussed, and how to enhance the shareholders loyalty and retention at the end of the day, how this could be helpful, and how the organization can bank upon these points we have discussed. And last chapter, which is relating to stakeholder relation, in which we have done the having discussed with you the stakeholder relation and the types of stakeholders, their classification, the shareholder analysis based on the interest parameter and power parameter. Then we have done discuss the role of business in social development, Today we have discussed the strategies to improve community relations, and lastly, the impact of community relations on business. Coming back to the syllabus, what we have, so we have all these four modules divided into very first introduction of management of business relations, customer and channel relationship management, employee relationship management, and supplier investor community relationship management. These all things we have discussed and through slides mode also and through notes mode also. This is first chapter, that is introduction to business management. Second as business relationship management 2, which involves principles of BRM, steps of relationship management, recent trends in BRM, and impact of communication on business relation. Third, CRM, that is customer relationship management, which is again divided into who is an empowered customer, approaches and types of CRM, role of customer relationship manager, turning customer to loyal clients, strategic framework for CRM, ECRM. Next counterpart of this particular module is chapter 4, which is channel relationship management. We have done with the types of channel intermediaries and importance of channel relations, challenges of channel relationship management, elements contributing to effective channel relations. Then the third module is employee relationship management, in which we have done and discussed the role of employee relation manager, its concept. First, we have discussed the prospects and importance of industrial relations. What are the key drivers of shifting from industrial relations to employee relations? Again, part 2 is strategic framework of employee relation, factors influencing employee relationship management, essential of effective ERM strategy. And last module, as I rightly said, is on community relation. Chapter is supplier and investor relation, and finally stakeholder relation. The questions which are expected: discuss the strategies to improve community relations, which we have discussed, and what is the impact of community relations on business. So these are the questions which are expected, and we have seen what are the points and what are the examples relating to it.